Let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal now, where some victims that survived yesterday's bus crash on the Tongaat River bridge in KwaZulu-Natal say they are still trying to recover from the trauma of the incident. 3 people died and several were injured there. Newzroom Afrika's Silethiwe Ndlovu has been speaking to some of the survivors and affected families and joins us now live. Silethiwe, I mean, nothing could have prepared these survivors for what they went through. What are some of the details that have been shared by some of them about what transpired moments before the bus crashed?
Well, we had a conversation with a few of them just a few moments ago. The first survivor that we spoke to seems to dispute some of the things that were said yesterday. Now, we do know that there's a number of people on the ground that had said that the bus driver seems to have been speeding. But the first survivor then that we spoke to states that it seems as if one of the issues that he picked up while he was inside the bus was that there was an issue with the steering wheel. What he says is that the driver at some point and this is now actually the sister then that we spoke to, the sister of the second survivor, saying that his brother actually heard the driver say that there's an issue with the steering wheel just before the bus plummeted off the bridge. The first survivor also speaking to us and saying that in fact the bus driver, it seems, was not speeding, but one of the issues that they faced just before the bus plunged off the bridge was an issue with the steering wheel. But of course, the Department of Transport has called for an investigation, not just into what seems to have caused the accident, but also into the bus company itself. And in reference to the bus company then, Vuyo, we did try to speak to the owner then of the bus. However, we did find that he was not at his residence. We are told by some of the people that do actually live around that area that he and his brother seem to have left the area moments after they heard about the bus accident. So today then, going to the residence where they reside, we could not get a response from the bus owner. But from the survivors themselves, they are still trying to recover, and these are just a few survivors that have now been discharged from a hospital. A number of them, most of them at this point, still recovering in the hospital, Vuyo, as yesterday we did report that a number of them sustained critical injuries. But the conversation really for today was on the moments then that they experienced just before the bus plummeted off the bridge. The first survivor stating that it seems as if the bus driver was not speeding, however there was an issue with the steering wheel. The sister of the second survivor also stating that her brother actually heard the bus driver moments before it plunged off the bridge, saying that there is an issue with the steering wheel. However, at this point, Vuyo, these are allegations. It will be up then to the investigation that will take place, where we will then see, in fact, if the bus driver was speeding and if, in fact, it was an issue with the brake failure. But a number of families that have been affected at this point still trying to come to terms with what has transpired. Even a conversation that we had with the son of one of the people that lost her life inside the bus, stating that he is too emotional to speak, seeing that this is something that has just taken place.
Silethiwe Ndlovu, after, of course, speaking to some of the survivors of that bus crash that killed 3 people and injuring several others.